KCLY's coverage of the state wrestling tournament is brought to you in part by Citizens National Bank of Clay Center, Concordia, Belleville, and Greenleaf, Girton Propane, Schramm Chrysler Dodge and Jeep of Manhattan, McGee Roofing, Reed's Service of Longford, Hutchison Mayrath, Hunley's Garage, and Kears Thriftway.
Well, a good morning from the state championships in high school wrestling Class 4A. The Bicentennial Center in Salina is underway. They have actually gotten to match number 6 on the 4 mats running here at the Bicenter. Rocky Downing along with our studio engineer, Flip Casper, and Benny Wallace alongside once again. And, Benny, this is the weekend everybody works to get to, and 5 Clay Center Tigers did just that last weekend.
Well, you know, they're top 16, right? So they're one of the best in the state right now in the 4A class. And the stadium's really pretty full, I think, compared to last year, and good crowd by the Tiger Club. And like we're talking about coming down, since no school, a lot of kids are here to watch, which is great.
And a lot of people may be getting here today and planning ahead. They may not be able to be here tomorrow, and so we're just going to wait and see on that. There's been I know a lot of people have been asking me. I have been asking as well. There has been no time change on the schedule at this point, but if that does change, we'll certainly pass that information along to you. Peyton Lane will be the first Clay Center Tiger to take the mat today. He has a matchup against the senior at 32-8, Jordan Chambers out of Clearwater, and he's a few matches away. Then we'll have at 145 Hunter Mullin, at 152 Thomas Rickley, at 160 and 170 Gabe Ware and Ryan Tier, the Tiger 5 here for this weekend. The Fab 5, as we were talking on the way down, Benny, they get a chance to get into day one, and these opening matches are they're not must-wins, but boy, they make the weekend a lot easier if you get to the first.
And they're so nerve-wracking. You know, they've been waiting all week and practicing and know what they have to do and how much they have to step up, and it's an exciting time for them, and they're ready to get on that mat and get going.
When Peyton Lane is ready to go at 120 pounds, we'll bring you back here live, and each of the Tiger matches throughout the weekend you'll have live right here on 100.9. Stay with us. We'll return when Peyton Lane is ready to wrestle at 120.
KCLY's coverage of the state wrestling tournament is brought to you in part by Anderson Equipment, Twin Valley, the Ryan and Mullin Law Office, United Bank and Trust, Patterson's Health Mart Pharmacy and Radio Shack, Ray's Apple Market, and Union State Bank.
Well, good morning. Welcome back to the Bicentennial Center here in Salina. Rocky Downing along with Phil Casper back at home engineering, Benny Wallace alongside. We sit atop the Bicentennial Center waiting for Peyton Lane to take the mat, and he is the next available mat. So they have reached the 120-pound weight class, and Peyton's first-round matchup, the freshman at 22-10, will take on Jordan Chambers of Clearwater, 32-8. And Peyton made his way to the regional championship last week. Wrestled 2 real thrillers, and then that he won to get there, and really lost a tough match that he was right in until the very closing of that matchup.
Man, it was a heartbreaker, I know, and he was kept trying to keep from getting tilted, and all of a sudden at the end he kind of gave it up, and man, it cost him, and he was upset.
Yeah, visibly frustrated, upset, and but now here he is at the state championship as a freshman. We see again, and he's put together a really solid year, and he's probably as healthy as he's been in a while with this week off. He had really was battling an injury going into regionals and just kind of fought through it. So he and Coach Begorsh making their way to the table because the match before theirs has just gone final in what was a 1-0 match. So that buzzer just sounding, and Peyton trying to stay loose on the side. Now we see Coach Michael Brownell and Coach Craig Rickley walking over as well. Coach Ben Davis and Coach Begorsh will work the mats with Peyton Lane set to go. Then we'll have a bit of a break again before Hunter Mullin. But once we get to Hunter, 145 through 170, he'll be back to back.
Could be right on the mat at the same time.
I would imagine.
Those, but, yeah, Peyton's checking in now and going to run out in the middle of the mat here. It's the Clearwater wrestler.
Jordan Chambers, 32-8. He is a senior. Peyton Lane at 22-10. Of course, a freshman for the Tigers here at the state championship, and he is just about ready to get underway, and we are on the mat in wrestling here in the state championships for Peyton Lane.
It to be about the same builds, you know, they're about the same height and everything. So Peyton's trying a little 2-on-1 rushing, nothing there. A lot of wrist fighting right now, trying to gain control. Little shot by outside shot single for the Clearwater wrestler, nothing there.
Now duck under by Lane. Did he get the takedown on the outside? They're not going to give it to him. He just ran out of room, but a great quick duck under by Peyton Lane.
Nice job. Just like you said, just ran out of mat room. But tried to keep his toes in. I think really good job by Jordan Chambers from Clearwater to kind of hit his hip, pop right back up, so they didn't give him the 2. So
close to wrist fighting in the middle right now as they both foreheads really leaning heavy on each other. Shot in there by Lane again.
Another one.
Right on the edge. Now they'll come back to center, but Peyton Lane's had a couple of really good looks in there.
Sure has. He's been working hard at different hand controls and different angles, and about the time he gets them, they're too close to the edge. There's a front headlock trying to milk it, nothing there. Outside shot by the Clearwater wrestler. They blocked that. Got underhook, and they're almost out of bounds.
They're going to warn stalling. I saw the official talk to Chambers of Clearwater when they went back to center last time. I wondered if he was going to say something because Lane almost had another takedown right on the edge, and he does warn him for stalling.
The only thing Clearwater was doing correct was get back to center faster.
Yeah.
And post him ready to go, but he's kind of working way himself out of bounds 3 different times when Peyton had an opportunity to score.
37 to work here in the first period. No score yet. Lane's been close.
That front headlock, milking it, burying his head, trying to get around to the outside. Jordan trying to do a little outside shut. Peyton gets in behind. Nothing. He lifts.
On the edge again. Keeps those feet in, and Peyton Lane goes up 2-0 with 18 seconds to work in the first.
Nice job by Peyton, extending them legs and toes, staying inbound to finally get 2 points with 18 seconds left in the first. But
2-0 start here. They're back underway. Peyton will try to ride out the period with a 2-0 lead.
Chambers tried to do a little switch on the whistle start. Peyton stopped that right away, went right into a Lundy. He's going to ride this out to end the first period.
3 seconds, 2 seconds. Tilt. Did he get a tilt?
No, nothing.
No back points, but he does lead 2-0 going into period number 2.
Peyton's choice. He looked at Coach Pagoris, and Coach says, let's go down. We're going to start second period in the down position, leading 2-0.
So Lane here in the second period. Quick stand-up. Now turns and faces. He's to his feet trying to feel the hands.
Chambers started on Peyton's right side. He came right to his feet. He almost got there. He's really lifting, does a little switch, and Jordan gets in trouble from Clearwater and just releases him to give him 1.
Single leg in by Chambers now as Lane leads at 3-0. They're right on the edge.
Peyton's got a whizzer in. He's trying to get him the whizzer going out of bounds, and they did.
So he'll keep his lead at 3-0 with 1:34 to work second period.
Pretty good shot by Jordan Chambers from Clearwater, and Peyton did a good job of getting that whizzer hooked in and just kept on working it until they finally went off the mat to give up no point.
First period, Peyton was 3 times almost to say, oh, what a duck under by Chambers.
But Peyton
counters it.
Oh, and they go out of bounds.
He had it to his back, Benny, but they were on the edge. I was about to say that Peyton 3 times almost had a takedown and did get one in the first period. So he's been very good on his feet, and that's where they're at now with Lane that 3-0 lead.
Great duck under by Jordan Chambers. But Peyton just kind of crossed him and went across hard, He was driving so hard that he went off the mat with him.
Right.
And did a good job of getting scored on, but almost ended up with the takedown. So
52 seconds now left in the second period. There's another single leg shot in by Chambers. Lane tries to block it off, and now he gets the arm free.
Chambers was trying like a fireman, but he missed the arm, so he went to that single, and Peyton countered it out. Now he's coming around in behind. 2 points. There's a lift. He does get the 2 points.
Gets a 5-0 lead now. He almost had him in a cradle. That's what Lane was trying to get first, and he lost it, and Chambers spun on him, and he just caught him and went in behind and got the takedown. He leads 5-0.
Well, I don't want to jinx Peyton at all, but he is wrestling a heck of a match right now. He is doing a good job countering very, very well and ending up on top of scoring points instead of giving them up.
Now he's going to ride here, and he's got Chambers flattened out. 19 to work, second period, a 5-0 Peyton Lane lead.
Trying to work that arm, and he's got his right shoulder just drilled in the middle of Jordan Chambers' back. He gives that up. Chambers gets his hips up, so Peyton comes in behind, gets the knee in the hole, and starts working on that Lundy.
2 seconds, 1 second. We'll go to the final 2 minutes, and Peyton Lane right now leads at 5-0.
Chambers going to start from Clearwater on the bottom. He chooses down. Peyton's going to get into position, and he's going to get on the left side. He's right into a half, and Chambers comes to his feet, so Peyton now is in behind. They're on their feet. He brings him back to the mat.
Lane's ridden well, but he hasn't ridden a long time. But with a 5-0 lead, Vinny, it's a luxury to not have to ride this thing out.
No, he's a good rider, too, so he's working hard at staying in good position, kind of sprawled across the back, staying in behind there. He's got that Lundy working up to go out of bounds and go back to center.
5-0. Peyton Lane leads in his opening match here in the state championships, 120 pounds.
Chambers from Clearwater getting a little frustrated. It seems like he whistle starts, goes to an outside stand-up, comes up. Peyton goes into a outside or single with the head to the inside, starts to shrink it down, and then does a duck under and take him back to the mat.
Great job by Peyton Lane as Chambers had gotten clearly to his feet and almost clear, but he got that leg and then got him back down to the mat. Minute 15 to work in the match.
Shrug is the word I was looking for. He tried to shrug that leg down and wasn't there, so he did a little duck under and did a nice job. Chambers comes back to his feet. He stays with that outside single. Now he's trying to almost cradle it up.
Under a minute to work.
Nothing there right now. It's kind of an odd situation, so he stalemates it to start back over with 54 seconds left. Still up 5-0.
Great start for Peyton Lane. 54 to work to get his first win here at the state championships.
Chambers tried a little set out, come across. Peyton thought, okay, I'll do a little tilt. Got a little dangerous there, so he came back in. Okay, then got in behind him. Got a knee in the hole. Got the Lundy hooked up. He's trying to stack. He's trying to just act like he's working a little bit. Doing a good job of riding here with 28 seconds left in the third.
Still a 5-0 lead for Peyton Lane, and now you're getting down to short time, 22 seconds.
Peyton kind of digging in a chicken wing. It's not there. Comes back to a half.
Chambers
kicks over, trying to reverse half.
With 10 seconds left.
Peyton's kind of on his hands and knees. He's trying to get that outside single.
Down to 4. Now to 3.
Okay.
To Chambers, and Peyton Lane's going to win it 5-1 in his opening round at 120 pounds. And so the Tigers often moving here with their opening win. And Peyton Lane, you mentioned it halfway through. You didn't jinx him, Vinny. By the way, he was wrestling very, very well today.
He's looking good. This freshman has really put together some good matches the last several he's had. It's a good time to peak in the season when we're right here at the state tournament in Salina.
Absolutely. Happened to look over where the Tigers are coming out of the tunnel, and Hunter Mullin was right there with the big fist pump when he saw it go zeros. He'll be the next to wrestle for the Tigers. Peyton Lane off and running at 120 pounds, the freshman beating a senior from Clearwater. 5-1 is your final, and he'll move on to the championship quarterfinals later on today. Hunter Mullin next up for the Tigers, and when he's set to go at 145 pounds, we'll bring you back to Salina.
KCLY's coverage of the state wrestling tournament is brought to you in part by Oldie Seed Farms, Geisler Roofing and Home Improvement, Farmway Co-op, Central Office Service and Supply, Wilbur Ellis and Reed Seed Sales, Hanson Ford of Clay Center, the Clay County Wrestling Club, Central Valley Ag, and Bud's Tire Service.
Welcome back once again. The Bicentennial Center in Salina. Rocky Downing along with Benny Wallace and studio engineer Flip Casper back at home. The Tigers right now heading into their second match today. Boy, freshman Peyton Lane got the Tigers off and running. I mean, he had a terrific match, winning 5-1. And now Hunter Mullin, who is state ranked at number 4, getting set to take the match. He actually has checked in. His opponent will be Lloyd Ewall of Prairie View. He's a 33-16 freshman that the Tiger sophomore Hunter Mullin will take on. He's 35-12.
You betcha. You know, and like you said, Peyton, what a start for the day. Wrestled really well, really good. So let's see if Hunter can fall right in behind him and follow that up with a second win here for the Tigers.
Of course, we'll have the weight classes now stacked up with Thomas Rickley at 152, Gabe Ware then at 160, Ryan Sears at 170. And so we'll likely have those guys, if not on the mat at the same time, back to back to back.
That's good.
Yeah,
I like it that way.
Now, I was talking with somebody yesterday at Rotary Club, and they said, you wouldn't think that wrestling would be a momentum sport, but it does work that way. When one guy gets it going, it's easy for the next guy to kind of tack on there. So see if Peyton Lane can feed a little bit off what Hunter Mullin can feed off what Peyton Lane started. We are underway. Hunter Mullin, quick front headlock he goes into. Bill has him down toward the mat, trying to keep that in position.
So Ewald did a good job of blocking that initially, but Hunter comes in around behind, gets the 2-point takedown to lead 2-0 here with, just a minute 40 left.
Minute 40 on the clock. Yeah, they're on the mat furthest from us here where we sit up the top of the Bison Center. Now he gives an escape away and goes back to his feet.
Hunter Light's working off his knees. He goes down to his knees and then does a really hard head-to-hand contact and tries to get into front headlocks, et cetera. That's where he's at right now. One knee down, one up, and then he comes back up to both feet. Now, that little ankle pick that's there, he's got the 2-point takedown again.
It was interesting. He started to do an arm drag, shut by, and as he did that, the wrestler backed up, so he just went right down to the ankle pick and took him down.
Very quick with that. We've seen it before, just off whistle starts. He does a nice job with it. Whistle starts, and he tries to break him down. Joey Ewald. Ewald from
Prairie View.
Prairie View. Comes to his feet. Hunter takes him right back to the mat. Trying to kind of elevate him and drive a shoulder and try and get some back points here, but he's got to elevate them feet up, legs up. Can't quite get it.
46 seconds left. Mullin leads it 4-1 in the opening period. Now they roll out toward the edge and whistle to a stop with 37 on that first period clock.
Good to come out of this first period with a 4-1 lead, that's for sure. And calls in. He's going to start on the right side. Whistle start, goes right to a lunge. He tries to drive shoulder in, get weight, get heavy. Tried to hook the leg, nothing there. Goes to the other side. No opening for a leg there either, so he just drives his shoulder in the middle of the back. Tries to flat Joey down.
And he has him flattened out on the mat. A lot of pressure. Looks at the clock and sees 15 seconds. So Hunter Mullin with a 4-1 lead right now and riding out the first period with 9. And Ewald really flattened out right now.
Yeah, Hunter not doing a lot here, but he kind of milked out that last 15 seconds of the clock to end with a 4-1 lead here going into the second period.
So period 2 coming up for Hunter Mullin at 1:45. Now, Thomas Rickley at 1:52. We said we might have the Tigers on the mat at the same time. He's still about 8 matches away with the 4 mats running, so that gives you some idea timeline we might see him. Mullin starts from underneath to his feet very quickly in the second period, trying to peel the hands.
Joe Ewald just kind of, he got his choice to start the second period. He took top because Hunter had taken him down twice, and he'd ridden him out the rest of the period, so he chose top. Hunter come right to his feet, but he kind of brought him right back to the mat. He's working hard at digging a chicken wing in. Hunter just trying to keep his base. Trying to keep in good position, keep hand position. There he does a little sit out, comes around, switches him, has a strap, takes him right to his back.
So the reversal, and now to his back. And now he's tightened that up. Well, now he lost the arm, but he's going to get some back points on top of the reversal. That'll be 9-1 now. Mullin leads here in the second period.
Nice job. Hunter did that reversal and had that strap on him. And what he did was miss Joey Ewald's arm when he came back across. He almost had a reverse half and just barely missed it, so Ewald got the belly down. Now Hunter's on top just digging in and grinding and trying to stay in good position again. Hunter did a nice job putting together a combination, get those points, keep accumulating to win to be leading here 9-1.
Now working on turning his opponent to his back again. He's still balled up right now, but Hunter up top.
I'm not sure he doesn't have an inside cradle, and he wasn't happy with it. Didn't want to risk it, so he let go of it, came in behind, and now he's working that Lundy and driving that shoulder in. Ball and chain. Trying to put that up, and might have the wrist. It's hard to see from here. There he does, and he bars that ball and chain rolls through to the tilt with it.
Yeah. No flags yet.
Literally jumped over the top and rolled all the way across the top of him. He just flipped over and put him right to his back for back point.
He will get a couple there. I think he'll go up 11-1. We have 3 seconds in the second period, and that'll close that second down. But Hunter Mullin's going to lead 12-1, I should say, going into the final 2 minutes.
Held him there long enough to get them 3 points back. So they're going to start back on their feet to start the third period. Mullin's been really good on his feet in this match. He leads 12-1. Now he's got that front headlock in again. Joey tried a little kind of a half shot. Hunter blocked it. He's got that front headlock. He reaches back, grabs the leg, hooks it, comes in behind for another 2-point takedown.
14-1.
Hunter working from Joey's right side. He put his head in his side, tried to pull it in for a cradle. Wasn't real comfortable with it, went back in behind again, and just staying in good control.
Down to 1:15 to go in the match. Mullin leads it 14-1.
Hunter staying back in behind the hips, kind of being heavy and just kind of draping over him, and really he's got the ball and chain again. He's going to try that tilt, I'm sure, if he can hang on to it. He's comfortable. Tries it, not there.
He will really flatten down on him and not exposing anything. Get the chicken wing working. Now he tries to go over with the tilt. Still not there.
I think Coach Gregorius is telling him, let's abandon that. Don't put yourself into any kind of jeopardy right now. He's got that ball and chain, and he lifts the leg. It's not there, so he has to let go. Goes around to the front now, and now he's back to that front head position. He's going to cut him. Looks like to give him one escape.
So 14-2 with 24 seconds.
Hunter's got wrist control. He goes back to his knees, back and forth, down to his knees, and back up on his feet, kind of trying to complicate the situation, which is doing a good job.
Down to 10 seconds. He leads at 14-2. Hunter Mullin, the sophomore for the Tigers. On the edge, he had his opponent to his back, but he had a foot go out of bounds, they say, and so he will not have a chance to finish that move. The clock kept ticking. There should be 2 seconds on the board. They'll put that back on, I'm pretty sure. The official asks for 2 seconds, and Hunter will just let the time go out, and he wins it 14-2, and the Tigers 2 for 2 here at the state championship.
That's a nice match Hunter put together also. So seeing some good wrestling out of the Tigers here as the day goes on. Let's continue that trend and keep that momentum like you said earlier.
152-pound weight class. The next we'll wait for, that'll be Thomas Rickley, and he is match number 60, I believe I said. And his match 60, they are currently on match number 52, taking the mat maybe 53. So a ways from seeing him go, but not too far. When we have Thomas Rickley set to work, we'll bring you back here to the Bicentennial Center.
Girton Propane has been providing services and employment opportunities since 1954. Continued growth keeps them on the lookout for qualified company and owner-operator drivers. If you're interested in joining the Girton team, call Andy at 800-232-0170. Girton transports liquid commodities throughout 48 states and is a recognized leader within the transport industry. Girton Propane is committed to excellence, safety, and quality service. Girton, the responsible choice.
We do bring you back once again to Salina at the Bicentennial Center. It is for a state championship wrestling. We are in the opening round. The Tigers have 2 wins. Peyton Lane, 5-1, and then Hunter Mullin just wrapping up a 14-2 decision in his match. And now we have Thomas Rickley, a Tigers senior, getting set to take the mat here at the state championships. He will have a wrestler, Chance Rodriguez of Holcomb, who is a freshman at 34-17. He's ranked number 6 in the state. Thomas has been ranked this year, but he had to miss so many matches due to injuries. I think most people understand where he does belong on the state championship mat, and he gets set to go here in his opening match at 152 pounds.
It's going to be a battle here, I got a feeling. Right now they start off with a heavy hand fighting, and both wrestlers about the same size again, and physical, height, and there's a little shuck slide by Rodriguez. No points yet.
Thomas trying to keep his balance.
Trying to keep his balance, trying to get out of this. Now still nothing.
He's got the head in control.
Rodriguez is all in a little fits is what he's in, and then he has to kick out of it. He goes all the way around for an outside leg sweep and catches the other leg, gets the 2-point takedown.
Right on the edge, the whistle to a stop, and Rodriguez pretty impressive to start this one. He's up 2-0.
Thought Thomas was going to get out of that, and then all of a sudden Rodriguez just swung around really fast and got an outside, swept the outside leg and picked it, and it was right on the edge of the mat to get the 2 points.
Back underway here.
Thomas to his feet, trying to keep on tripoding up. He's peeling hands, peels them, and gets away for an escape. So now Thomas is down 2-1 here with a minute left in the first period.
Both wrestlers locked up again. This is how they started, real heavy on each other. And there's a good single leg, little duck under by Rickley near the edge, though. Trying to drag him back on the mat is Rickley. He's got the leg in control.
Got
head underneath.
Got that outside single with a head to the inside, and he knows where he's at on the out of bounds because he can't. He wants to kind of lift and drive through, but he knows that he'll be out. He kind of likes where he's at. Rodriguez is trying to block it. Thomas reaches for a double. Can't quite get there. Has to come back to that single. It'll be stalemated here pretty quick, I would think, if nothing happens.
Now he lifts with the double leg, still trying to drag him back on the mat. Rodriguez, of course, not wanting to do that. Now Rickley comes to his feet. Still right on the edge. They haven't whistled to a stop yet. Now they do.
Thomas he knew where he was at, was trying to, he expended a lot of energy doing that, but he knew that if he kept going forward, he would lose what he had.
Deep single leg in by Rickley right off the whistle.
Gets a pull
and a takedown. And now they wave it off.
No.
Was that for eventually Dane? No, the period ended.
I
not see the clock. Okay.
I wasn't watching the clock that close either, but they did not give him the 2 points, or did they? Yeah, they did. Scoreboard still has it 3-2. Now they took it off 2-1. So Thomas is behind 2-1 to start the second period. He'll start on the bottom. Comes straight to his feet, trying to get hand control right now. Rodriguez tries to pull him right to a tilt, but he pulls him in out of bounds. Thomas is out, Rodriguez is in, so they haven't called him out. Now they go all the way out, both of them.
So they do whistle it to a stop. Rickley does trail 2-1. He got the escape, of course, there in the opening period.
Rodriguez lets Thomas come right to his feet. He tries the same tilt. Thomas doesn't quite get out of it, so he has to come back to a tripod position, comes right back to his feet. Rodriguez trying to get that bar. He's trying to do like a ball and chain and pull him right back to the mat into a tilt and get points out of it. Thomas, to go out of bounds, has to come back to center. He goes right to an outside stand-up, peels, tries to get that wrist control. There he gets one of them over the top of his head. Rodriguez goes into a little fits again. Got his left leg inside of Thomas's right leg. He's underneath the head, the arm and the head. He's trying to extend it, get him out of bounds.
Right on the edge
trying
now.
To get out, he does.
He got the escape as he popped the head loose. Now he'll back into the middle of the mat. Now they actually stop it and move them both to the middle. But now we're tied at 2, a minute 1 to go, second period.
We knew this would be a barn burner, and it's a good one so far.
Great matchup early on.
2-2 with 55 seconds left here in the second period. On their feet in the middle of the mat, trying to establish position and get a takedown here. Both of them hand fighting. They're collar to collar. Their Thomas goes to that outside single. It's not quite there. Rodriguez is driving his head under, trying to keep him from coming up, driving him out all the way to the edge of the mat.
Thomas had a double leg. He's gone back to single leg. This may become a stalemate. You can see Rodriguez look and see where the out-of-bounds line was. They're right over by the edge. 21 seconds now, left in the second period, tied at 2 for Thomas Rickley.
Thomas comes up, tries to get some underhooks, and they're not there, and he tries to go low, and they go out of bounds.
Looking ahead on the bracket, Gabe Ware is match number 72, so he'll be a ways down the road. We won't have the guys on the air at the same time.
There's that slide by Rodriguez. He's got a little fits again. Thomas put weight on the mat, so he gave him the 2.
Down to 2 seconds left, and Rickley's going to trail 4-2 going into the final period.
Got caught twice on that little fits, cost him 4 points, and he can't get there again. He's down 4-2, and he's going to start on top here in the third period.
Back underway. Rickley trailing 4-2. Rodriguez to his feet very quickly. Rickley goes down to a single leg.
Just that outside single. He's trying to lift. Then kind of coming up with it. Goes out of bounds. Back to center. Still down 4-2 with 1:42 seconds.
Rickley looked at the official as he was getting up and said, we're going neutral. So he's giving him a point so they can get back on their feet. Rickley trails now 5-2. 1:35 to work in the match.
Thomas just tried a little outside sweep single, and he's done it twice and ended up into a double leg, and he does it again. And all Rodriguez is doing an underhook, staying in position and trying to burn some clock. Thomas is digging, trying to cut that corner and suck that leg in. Now he tries to lift. Nothing there.
1:13 to work.
He does overhook the leg. Now he's going to get that 2 points.
So he's back within 1, 5-4. And they may cut him again.
The scoreboard has 7-2, but it's not.
It should be 5-4, right?
Correct.
And they're going to get the scoreboard corrected before they wrestle again. This is probably good for Thomas. He has expended a ton of energy trying to keep Rodriguez pulled on the mat, lifting to finally get that takedown.
You're right, though. It should be 5-4, and he's going to cut him, so it'll be 6-4. Correct? Yep, 6-4 with 1:05 seconds left here in the third period.
Takedown ties it for Thomas Rickley if he can find a way to get another one here.
Rodriguez does a little kind of a half attempt at an outside single. It's not there. Thomas has him in a front headlock. He's trying to milk that down. Trying to milk it.
47 seconds. Has some time to work on it. Reaches back to the single leg with it.
Trying to reach a little too soon. It's not there. Rodriguez tries with head and arm. It missed it, so Thomas Rickley gets the takedown.
We're tied at 6 with 33 seconds to go in the match.
Thomas does have a Lundy. He goes and reaches across for the forearm. Trying to get forearm and twist it.
Down to 22 seconds. 6-6 tie.
Rodriguez trying to hold position. Thomas abandons that, comes back. He's a little high on him.
12 seconds. Now Rodriguez to his feet.
Thomas trying to stay in behind the arms, trying to milk him back to the mat.
Down to 5 seconds.
Trying to burn it out. Rodriguez doing everything he can to get away here.
And we are headed to overtime. What a comeback for Thomas Rickley to give himself a chance here and go to OT.
Back to their feet. He's taken him down the last 2 times. He needs to do it again.
They bump heads as they come together. And now,
of course, the 1 minute first period overtime. So got a 2-on-1 rush if Thomas does tied up. Got outside head position, though. He needs to reroute his head. There he does. Gets an outside single. Got a double. Lifts, takes him to the mat, gets 2. Gets the 2-point takedown.
Rickley leads it now 8-6 with 34 to work, and that will do it in overtime. Thomas Rickley comes from behind big time for the Tigers and wins it at 152, and both these guys are gassed. They gave up a bunch.
Expended a lot of energy, but what a great job by Thomas Rickley to come back and win that match. Because he knew what he had to do, take down, and then took down to get them first points in the first period of overtime to win.
What a terrific win for Thomas Rickley, and coming from behind, a talented freshman he took on, but the senior, Rickley, finds a way and wins it 8-6 here at 152 pounds. Next up will be Gabe Ware. They're still about 5 matches away. I'm thinking as I look at the match numbers. 5 matches away. Again, they are running 4 mats. That could go fairly quickly before we get Gabe Ware going at 160 pounds here on a Friday. And the opening day of the state championships, the Tigers are 3 for 3.
This is 100.9 FM, KCLY, Clay Center.
Back once again in Salina. Checking in to give you a little timeline on when Gabe Ware and Ryan Tears will come up. And I say both of those guys, Penny, because they're going to be really back-to-back as far as their match numbers, their bout numbers. And so we probably would likely have them on the mat at the same time. They are on number 67 right now. Gabe is number 72. So with 4 mats going, we're getting close. But most of these matches are either in the first or second period. So we've got a little time. We'll let you know if you're tuning in for your noon news. Obviously, we'll have wrestling on, and when it wraps up, Michelle Tessero will have a look into news for you. We had a chance to give you the news from Associated Press just a moment ago. If you're just joining us, with 3 great wins for the Tigers, Peyton Lane 5-1 in control from start to finish. Hunter Mullin 14-2, control start to finish. Thomas Rickley was not in control at the start. He fell behind 4-1, but battled his way back in that thing and eventually came back to push it to overtime as he cut his wrestler 2 different times in the third period, knowing he would give up a point and needed 2 more takedowns. He got him, and then in the overtime period, punched another one down, and so he wins at 8-6. That was some kind of opening match for the senior.
It really was, and 2 times he got taken down by the same takedown. And I thought, oh man, we ran into a little buzzsaw here. And he just kept after it, came back and, gave up points and made points and ended up tying it, winning in overtime.
Yeah, just a great effort to find a way to get to OT, and then in overtime, really, within 26 seconds, he had that takedown and match over against the 6th-ranked wrestler in the state, remember, a freshman, but very, very talented Rodriguez from Holcomb. So Thomas Rickley's through, Hunter Mullin is through, Peyton Lane is through to the championship quarterfinals. That round is scheduled to get started at 2 p.m., and we have 2 more to wrestle in this opening round. That's Gabe Ware next up at 160, and then Ryan Cheers right behind him at 170 pounds. We're going to take another timeout. Again, we'll have news coming up once those 2 matches are finished here on KCOI, but back to Salina following these. Well, again, awaiting a chance for Gabe Ware to take the match, and he will be next available because I see match 69 getting set to go on, and he is number 70. And then right after that, it goes into the 170-pound weight class with Ryan Tier. So we'll have these guys going pretty darn quick. We do know the matchups in the second round for Peyton Lane at 120 pounds. He will take on the number 1 ranked wrestler in the state, and Corbin Nerschel out of Baldwin, who is 33-1, a sophomore. That'll be Peyton Lane's second round matchup. For Hunter Mullin, he will at 145 take on Reno Huey out of El Dorado, who is the 3rd ranked. So you get a top 5 ranked battle there, as Hunter is ranked number 4, and his opponent is ranked at number 3 in the state. And then Thomas Rickley will have a matchup for the Tigers at 152 against Caleb Bolkman, a senior out of Spring Hill, who is 32-8. So those are the matchups in the championship quarterfinals for those 3 Tigers that have already won matches, and now we're getting a chance to see. I think Gabe Ware should be checking in, maybe on the mat just down below us here, Benny. Is that right?
I think
that's number 70. Yeah,
70.
And he's 72, right? The 3rd. Well, I've jumped ahead on numbers, is why I'm a little bit off. So we are still a couple of matches in the 3rd period. One just came to a close. That'll be there in the 30 seconds out here. Let's take a 30-second timeout. We'll have Gabe Ware checking in at 160 when we come back.
The Eiffel Tower, the islands of Hawaii, the Colosseum in Rome.
ESPN all day.
Don't you wish your dreams were a reality? By opening an IRA with United Bank and Trust, they can be. Offering both traditional and Roth IRAs, United Bank and Trust has trained professionals ready to help you start putting away for the future. And with an IRA, saving for that nest egg can be as easy as dreaming about it. United Bank and Trust. You bank, we deliver. Member FDIC.
Clay Center Tigers are in the opening round of the 4A state championships here in Salina's Bicentennial Center, and the Tigers getting set to see their final 2 wrestlers in this opening round. 3 wins under their belt with Peyton Lane, Hunter Mullin, and with Thomas Rickley. And a great come-from-behind win, and now we have Gabe Ware about to check in. Will it be on this mat? Yes, right down below us here. This is a mat we haven't watched one on yet, for the Tigers anyway. It is interesting. One of the mats being used is the new Clay Center Tiger wrestling mat that was purchased for the high school. And it looks sharp. Yeah, it is.
All black with orange circles.
Yeah, great stuff. So we've had a couple of the Tigers win on that mat with Peyton Lane and Thomas Rickley both wrestling there, with Gabe Ware checked in. Seasoning it well. That's right. Getting off to a great start here at the state championships. Tigers, Gabe Ware at 160 pounds, and we are underway here. At 160, Gabe wrestling against Owen Tuckfield of Baldwin. He is a junior at 30-6. Ware also a junior.
Ware goes right in for a little high crotch, and he gets blocked off there and has to come out and release that. Comes up head-to-head contact, and a lot of hand fighting and a lot of lower leg shots right now. They go out of bounds.
Tuckville, the 6th-ranked wrestler in the state at 160 pounds.
Gabe started with a nice little high crotch, and then Tuckville just kind of got in there and got it blocked off, and they ended up going all the way through and out of bounds. So back to center they go, and head-to-head contact and a lot of wrist fighting right now. And there, Tuckville goes in low. Gabe's trying to block that off, and they go out of bounds again. Whistle to a stop as they near the scorer's table as Tuckville was trying to finish off that move. Two juniors have gone back and forth at each other with shots early on. It's basically like they're just really not doing much there at the top, and then all of a sudden when one explodes, they go from the center all the way to the edge. So a lot of power here with these two kids. And right now, Tuckville does a little outside single. Gabe does a good job of fighting that off, and again, they're already to the outside edge of the mat. There they go out.
Ryan Cheers will be the next available mat, by the way, and they're just in the second period on the other two matches. But we'll keep close eye in case there's a pin of some sort on one of those other mats.
Back to the middle, whistle start. 50 seconds here left in the first. 0-0 score. Tuckville's trying a little front headlock down and trying to milk Gabe down. He's underneath the arms. Gabe's trying to get his head up and kind of stay in position. Doesn't want him to get around or catch an angle. And there he comes all the way back up and gets out.
Now they split apart, and right back in the middle of the mat they work. Gabe went for some wrist control, didn't control it. Now they lock back up again.
Tuckville tried a little shrug on one side, and it wasn't there, so he does an outside single. They go to the edge, and Gabe wasn't in good position. They go out of bounds, so it's a good thing. 15 seconds left here. 0-0 score, back to center, and whistle start. Tuckville tries a little outside single again. He's got it pulled up. There's 5 seconds left. Gabe's trying to whizzer it and keep from getting down, pulled down. There he goes down. 2. I don't know that he got it, but I think they're going to give it to him.
Yeah, they already flashed it and put it on the board. So right before the buzzer, there was 1 second. The clock was still running. So, but whether he was able to get,
Gabe hit the mat, but by the time he got on him, I thought time was out.
That's true, yeah.
But they gave him the 2 points. So Gabe down 2-0, starts on the bottom. Here to start the second period. He gets up quick, peels the hands, and gets away for the escape. So now Gabe is down 2-1 early in the second.
Back on their feet again. Both were very active. Tuckville able to get to a single leg a few times and eventually get the takedown. Now a little chuck by, and he's in behind Ware. Gabe, though, gets out of that position, and now they're back to center and in neutral.
Tuckville did just a little arm drag, wrist roll arm drag, and got right in behind Gabe. And I'm surprised that Gabe got away from that. He did a good job of keeping his base low, and he peeled hands and got out of there.
Shot in by Ware, unable to connect. Does have an underhook in on the right with the right arm. Minute 15 to go, second period. Gabe Ware trails 2-1.
Oh, Tuckville, like I said, he's 30-6, so he's good, solid wrestle football, and he's showing it here because Gabe's having a hard time scoring. There's an outside signal by Gabe. He's got a pitch, starting to pick it up. Tuckville's got Gabe's right hand. He trips him, and they go
2-point takedown. Right on the edge, Gabe Ware ties it, or takes the lead, I should say, 3-2 after the escape, and now the takedown.
54 seconds left. Gabe needs to ride hard. He needs to ride this out if he can. Tuckville tries coming right to his feet. Gabe's trying to grab a wrist, get a wrist. He's trying to lift. Got a lift, nothing there. He releases and lets go. So he gives up the escape 3-3 tie with 42 seconds left here in the second period.
The wrestlers start to lock, then back apart. Now they're just kind of angling their way into each other.
They really could use a last. Here, Tuckville tries a double shot. Nothing there. Gabe gets his legs out of there. Tuckville's got a 2-on-1 Russian, trying to sweep a leg. Gabe gets that kicked out.
20 seconds left, second period. Tied at 3.
The last second 2 points here in this period would be big.
Both wrestlers know it. You can tell the way they're working right now. Tuckville trying to go in at him. Ware's been able to fend off a couple of shots. Down to 4 seconds.
Tuckville likes that. He likes that when he gets an underhook and he kind of whips Gage around, tries to get that outside single, and he couldn't get it there to the end. He's going to start down, and to start the third period, Gabe's going to be on top. Got to get him stopped and try to work him here. Tuckville comes right to his feet. Gabe lifts. Tuckville blocks it. Still on his feet. Gabe's trying to lift. Nothing there. He's cuts him again.
So down 4-3 here in the final period, 1:45 to work.
It'll come down to a takedown here in this third period, the way it looks.
Front headlock for Gabe.
He's got a front headlock, but Tuckfield had Gabe's wrist, so he couldn't get it locked up and had to release and come out of that.
1:33 to go in the match. Down by 1, Gabe Ware for the Tigers.
Gabe does the outside single. It's not there. Tuckfield blocks it. He posts. Tuckfield then tries his outside single. Not there. Gabe comes right back, just back and forth on outside singles, and right now they're both up. Gabe does a little head slap, tries a little fireman's. It's not there. A lot of action still here in the third minute. Minute and 8 seconds left in the third. Tuckfield's leading 3-4, so Gabe knows he needs this takedown.
Ryan Tears is checking in for the Tigers as we speak, so we'll have both these Tigers on the mat at the same time. We expect that to happen.
Tuckfield's got underhooks. Gabe's trying to get through them underhooks and trying to get past it. Tried a little fireman's. It wasn't there. It's back to his feet. 45 seconds left. Gabe needs a takedown here.
4-3, Ware trail. 36 seconds to work.
Tuckfield just kind of blocking with his arms in every way and which way he can. He's grabbing wrist and getting underhooks and blocking, and Gabe keeps trying to come in, and nothing here. Gabe's got an outside hook. Nothing's there. He tries a front headlock. Got it. He's trying to milk it.
15 seconds.
Got an underhook. He's going to have to really work with this. Tuckfield's doing good at hanging on to Gabe's elbows and just hanging on. Tuckfield then comes around in behind, so he's got to hold of Gabe. Gabe's trying to get out of bounds, and they do. 2 seconds left.
Gabe Ware down by 1, 2 seconds to work. Ryan Tears about to check in for the Tigers at 170 pounds. Ware gets a good shot, but unable with the time running out to finish it off. And Gabe Ware is going to lose a 4-3 decision. Tough one for the Tigers, as Ware wrestled well against one of the top-ranked wrestlers in the state. Ryan Tears at 170. Well, they had checked in. They had the wrestlers on the mat. Now they've stopped action before they get going. Clock is not set for that mat, so they were letting the clock operators get that worked out.
Disappointing loss there by Gabe. He was trying everything he could. It was as active as possible and never did get any kind of warning or anything against the Baldwin wrestler, but was trying about everything he could in the book. And Baldwin wrestler, I guess, give him prompts on keeping away from being taken down and not getting called for stalling.
And we've got a bit of a pause. The score clock still is on zeros with the last match's points up, so they have not been able to reset that yet. And I don't know if they're working on something from the match prior or if the clock's got a malfunction.
Clock's just malfunctioned the way it looks. They're not getting a reset. It's kind of locked up, but it's a tough loss for Gabe Ware, that's for sure.
Yeah, the Tigers had won their first 3, and Gabe taking on the 6th-ranked wrestler and Owen Tuckfield, and came back and forth, tied it up, eventually had to give up the escape that gave the lead to Tuckfield, and Ware battled the entire final 2 minutes to get that takedown for the lead and just didn't get the opportunity.
Anybody comes from Baldwin, that's a good program, and you're going to have a battle on your hands, that's for sure. And Gabe was right in there, just couldn't really get that last 2 points to win the thing. So we're going to move on to Ryan Tears, and he's got a tough opponent from Clearwater, Curtis Ryland. And he's just waiting for that clock to get reset, redone, so we can get going here.
Interesting. We were looking at the records and the rankings, and the rankings are just rankings, but they do tell you quite a bit a lot of times. And Ryland, 33-4, Benny, not ranked in the top 6.
Yeah, that's pretty amazing unless you're
and a junior
wrestling. Your wins are from junior high kids or something. But I mean, when you've only lost 4 times, that usually means you've got second place at quite a few tournaments.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, done some great things. They've actually had the wrestlers put their warm-ups back on, at least the tops, because they're still working on the clock and unable to get it going. They're going to have to get a replacement here at some point. That's something to go. Or send them to a different mat. Even actually, they've shut down all 3 mats. There's only 1 mat wrestling right now. Very strange.
Going haywire, maybe with the system. This isn't reset yet either.
Yeah, very odd. Let's get a timeout here as we wait for Ryan Tears. He's ready to go. His opponent's ready to go. They just need to get the clocks ready to go here at the Buy Center. We'll be back right after this.
Planting your seed at the right depth is critical for a good stand and a maximum farming return. That's why you should consider installing the hydraulic downforce on your planter.
Hydraulic downforce is a way to ensure that we get the correct amount of pressure on the row units to place the seed at the right depth to get the best stand we can.
The hydraulic downforce is an investment in your planter that pays off.
On the average, we can get 10 bushel an acre over your standard factory spring.
Talk to Central Valley Ag now about the hydraulic downforce.
Save money on the best-selling pickup in the country. The highest Ford rebates in history are on the remaining 2014 F-150s at Hanson Ford in Clay Center. These Ford F-150s have earned the right to boast of comfort while delivering a tough, hard-working package and efficiency with its EcoBoost while producing power when you need it. Stop into Hanson Ford and look over their nice selection of 2014s and save with Ford rebates that have never been higher. Check out hansonford.net.
Farmers, are you looking forward to getting a jump on those weeds in your corn, milo, soybean, and alfalfa ground? The field specialists at Wilbur Ellis and Reed Seed Sales include Brent, Alan, Darren, Kent, Mike, and Kenny Beach, and they stand ready to address the crop challenges you face by tailor-making specific solutions to protect your crops. They work hard to stay on top of the latest innovations in order to bring you the best products to produce the best returns. It's time to call Wilbur Ellis and Reed Seed Sales.
Hurry! Time is running out to get signed up for the 2015 Color Race. Join us on March 21st for this fun and crazy 5K sponsored by Twin Valley. Proceeds benefit CARE, the local animal shelter being built in Clay Center. Feel free to bring your dogs, too. To be guaranteed your shirt and goodie bag, you must sign up before the February 27th deadline. Visit twinvalley.net/color for all information and to get signed up. We hope to see you on March 21st at the Color Race.
Well, again, we're still in, as Denny's called it, lockdown right now. The three mats that are empty, the clocks have been on the same numbers they have been on since Ryan Tears came to check in. And, well, your first trip to the state championships, Denny, and you're met on the mat with a stall. I mean, that has got to be tough for Ryan Tears right now.
Yeah, you know, you're out there, you're ready, you think you're going to run out there and put your leg band on and let's get it on, and then hold on, let's wait for 5 minutes.
And it's been a good 5 minutes since he checked in because Gabe Ware was still wrestling when he was about ready to get going. They had the two wrestlers out on the mat shaking hands, and they realized the clock was not reset. And again, there's one mat that is wrestling. They have 3 empty mats right now, and the score clocks on all 3 of those are sitting right where they were when the last match ended. So very odd look here at the state champion. It's like an end of the round, but we're only at 170 pounds.
Well, and they can't go, you know, and go chest to chest and stare each other down or anything like sometimes they do at a weigh-in, you know, the boxing match or something. They're not trying to psych each other out by any means. So
Ryan's trying to have a conversation with these coaches, more pacing than talking.
Ryan's pretty cool, collected cat. He's just gonna go with the flow. You know, well, we're nervous up here, and he's probably like, "That's all right."
He said last week he'd be a great poker player. You don't see much emotion on his face or his body language, for that matter. Even when he's wrestling, he's just very smooth about everything. So let's take another time out while they try to sort this out, and we don't want to miss Ryan Tears as he gets set to go in case they get this thing running. But we're going to take a break here. Back with more Tiger Wrestling. Our final match this round will be coming up.
Learning the FFA motto by heart, as well as zipping up the National Blue Corduroy jacket, is an experience generations of high school ag students have treasured. FFA is filled with so many bright, outstanding, driven young people who are involved in agriculture. Many past FFA members are now business owners and leaders in the ag industry. Agriculture is the basis of a strong nation, and our young FFA members are the basis of a strong future. Union State Bank and Clay Center salutes you. Member FDIC and Equal Housing Lender.
Radio Shack is still open in Patterson's Health Mart Pharmacy, and Radio Shack will continue to supply your electronic needs. From a great selection of tablets, no-contract phones, audio accessories, Bluetooth devices, electrical components, and more, Radio Shack will still be here for you. You can count on them to help you with your digital gadgets and electronic gizmos that you rely on for work, leisure, and entertainment. You have questions, they still have answers. Radio Shack, located inside Patterson's Health Mart Pharmacy in Clay Center.
Back once again in Salina, they are back underway. Ryan Cheers, they just got going, and 12 seconds in, he is taken down by his opponent, who is Curtis Ryland, 33-4 of Clearwater. So Cheers works from 2-0 down and from the bottom in this opening period.
And really, Curtis just kind of did a little head jab and went to an outside leg and picked it right away. And it was like Ryan wasn't quite ready for that, and he's right now battling to try and get his base and get back up and try and get off the mat. So Ryan's trying to get wrist control, got his hips up. Curtis Bryant, though, really staying heavy right in the middle of Ryan's small of his back, I guess.
No,
finally
he left him up,
and cuts him. So it's 2-1, and there he goes in for that outside single again.
Wow, quick.
Ryan's got Whizzer in. Tries to whip him down, and there he gets 2 more points for a takedown. So Ryan trails here 4-1 with 45 seconds left in the first period.
His opponent, again, junior 33-4, Ryland, a regional champ last week, as Ryan Cheers would take 4th at the regional, so that's how they pair up the seedings anyway, that portion of it.
Very clear that Curtis Ryan couldn't do much on top, so what he did, felt very comfortable with his ability on his feet, so they kind of cut Ryan, and he's very, very good on his feet for what we've seen so far.
Absolutely. Very, very quick takedown to begin the match, and then after he let him up, went right back to that outside single leg. 23 seconds to work in the first. Tears from underneath. He did get an escape, though, earlier. Now tries to hit a switch. Can't get it.
It went out of bounds, had to go back to center, and Curtis started on Ryan's right side. It's a little bit on the offside, but Ryan tried a little switch. It wasn't there. He's broke down pretty flat, trying to establish his hips, trying to get back up.
First period comes to a close as the clock hits 0, and Ryan Cheers will trail now 4-1 to begin this second period.
Ryan wins the toss, and they elect a down position. So
Ryan Cheers will see if he can get.
Curtis Ryan starts on the right side again. Ryan tries to come right to his feet, and pulls him back down. He's trying to get that hand control and trying to stay established with his hips. And there he gets flat back down again.
Cheers had an escape earlier as Ryland tried to get a chicken wing in. It wasn't available.
Curtis Ryland from Clearwater is staying in good position, to stand heavy, trying to get hips. There he tries a half. It's not there. He just chops an arm. So Ryan Cheers is on the edge of the mat, so he's trying to kind of keep himself maybe out so he can get a restart here. There they go out of bounds.
To a stop. So we'll see if Ryan can explode out here and get back within that 2-point takedown margin.
Ryan is down 4-1, minute 19 here.
Cut by his opponent.
Curtis Clearwater says, oh, guess what? I'm going to give you a point, start on our feet again. Right now, so far, he's had 2 takedowns.
Another deep single leg in so quick. Ryan trying to fight it off, but in some trouble, and he's taken down. He's going to trail now 6-2.
Gets to his base position again. Now he's trying to work himself up. Curtis Ryland from Clearwater is staying in behind, just kind of working heavy, trying to burn some clock as he is leading here. And Ryan Cheers is down 2-6 with 40 seconds left in the second period. Ryan keeps trying to get that base, but Curtis is just saying, you stay flat so I can just heat up some clock, and I'm just going to lay heavy on you.
Kind of laying heavy at the knee in the hole, and he pops out to the outside briefly, then right back in position.
Finally gets worn.
19 seconds to work in the second period. Cheers down 6-2.
Sorry. Play center got warned.
Really? Wow.
Red.
Yeah, that's right. So 4 points trailing here with 5 seconds left.
Curtis Bryant tried a little cross space and nothing there.
We'll go to the final 2 minutes. This will be Ryland's decision. And he says, we'll go back standing again. Why wouldn't he? He got an explosive single leg shot.
All three takedowns for 6 points, so he's confident on his feet. Ryan's got to work harder at trying to let him get that outside single again. So Ryan's staying in a little bit better condition there. Ryan comes up on top. He's trying to milk. He's got a front head locked in, and he's trying to milk it.
And he lost the headlock, and now in behind goes Ryland. He leads 8-2. Impressive opponent here for Ryan Tears in the opening round. Down 8-2 with 1:25 to go now in the third.
Right now, Curtis Ryland from Clearwater is trying to cross face cradle, but he's keeping his hips way back, so he's not going to have much luck doing that. He wants to keep Ryan's hips down on the mat, stay in good control. Ryan's trying to get wrist control there. He gets his hips up. About the time he does, gets them broke back down again. So very good opponent from Curtis Ryland. This is why he's 33-4 right now. So
they did just warn Ryland now for stalling.
So we'll give him a restart. So Ryan Tears needs to get something going on this restart. Tries a little outside switch. Ryland started on Ryan's right side, and Tears tries a little switch, and Curtis from Clearwater just says, I want to go to the other side. He kind of cuts it off and breaks him back down. He's trying to ball and chain. He's working a little bit harder than he was a while ago to burn up this clock. And right now, Tears is just fighting to try to even get a base.
30 seconds left. Final match of this opening round. News will be on the way next from Michelle Pissarro.
Or Lucky Matt. Not so lucky this time for Ryan Tears. He's ran into a pretty darn good opponent out of Curtis Ryland from Clearwater at 33-4. Now he's going to improve to 34-4. So
8-2 with 7 seconds left. And Ryan Tears, as Spinny said, just ran into a really good first-round opponent. He is unranked, and we're still trying to figure out why, especially after seeing him wrestle here today. So Ryan Tears will drop to the backside. The consolation round, first-round consolation is scheduled to go at about 4 p.m. That'll feature Gabe, Ware, and Ryan Tears. The championship quarterfinals are scheduled to start at 2 p.m. We'll keep you updated as if they are on time or if they are not. But that is scheduled to go at 2 p.m. That'll feature Peyton Lane, Hunter Mullin, and Thomas Rickley as the Tiger 5 continue here in the opening day of the 4A state championships. We'll take you back to the studios. News will be coming up next.